So this arrival was the final stop for Governor Kim Reynolds' Big Red campaign bus of the season. The bus parked last night after the final rally in Waukee for the governor and other Republican candidates as they've been touring the state. The governor's race, U.S. Senate race, those U.S. House races, they get a lot of attention, but there are at least a couple other races that might get more attention tomorrow night. We want to bring back our insiders here, and specifically we're talking about the Attorney General's race and the state treasurer's race. Mike Mahaffey, let's start with you. When you're looking at Tom Miller, a man who has served as Attorney General longer than any man in U.S. history, running against part-time county attorney Brenna Bird from Guthrie, why is this race more competitive than Miller has had previously?
Well, I think it's because of the political environment this year, Dave. And also the fact that the Republican Attorney General Association has put more than $2 million into the race. If you remember, Brenna Bird ran against Attorney General Miller, I think 8 years ago, and got, I think, like 45% of the vote. But this is a tough year in Iowa for Democrats, and that I think that with the money that's been spent makes that a very close race.
Jerry Crawford, talk about this state treasurer's race. This one is definitely usually an under the radar race. Now I just saw today Mike Fitzgerald, who like Miller has had this job longer than anybody in U.S. history. So he's running against State Senator Robbie Smith of Eastern Iowa. Why is this one competitive?
Because Mike Fitzgerald has always believed that he could earn this position based on competence in office and not based on political fundraising. And this is the first time somebody has really stepped up and tried to raise a bunch of dough against him. And that's what Robbie Smith has done. But I think that Mike Fitzgerald will hold on. I also think Tom Miller is going to hold on, Dave. Just think for a second. Tom Miller on one hand, and Brenna Bird, former chief of staff for Steve King, who just recently jointly appeared with Donald Trump, on the other hand. I hope Iowa doesn't make that mistake.
As you look ahead to tomorrow night, what specifically are you watching overall?
Overall, well, I think you have to start with the United States Senate, but as we've already said, that we'll be watching that for several nights in a row. In Iowa, I think, can the Democrats win one of these House seats? Can Cindy Yaxne hold on there? It's going to be tough, but it's not impossible. Liz Mathis, terrific candidate.
Up in the new 2nd congressional district against Ashley Hinson.
Exactly, and we haven't mentioned Rob Sand, who in many ways is the future on that list of names, and has done a great job as auditor and has run a very good campaign.
Mike Mahaffey, what are you looking for tomorrow night? What has your interest?
Well, one of the things we need to remember is that we no longer have straight ticket voting in Iowa. And the Democrats ought to be thanking their lucky stars for that. So one of the things I think we'll be looking at is you have people that are going to vote for Governor Reynolds, no question about it. They're going to vote for Senator Grassley. They're going to vote for the Republican for Congress. Then the question becomes, are some of them going to take a look at what are more personal races and say, you know, maybe there should be some leavening here, and we should have some Democrats in the House and in the state Senate, and also in terms of these state-wide offices. I think that's one of the things you look at. The governor's race is going to be over quickly. I think the Senate race will be over fairly soon, and then we'll have some congressional races that I think will take longer. And by the way, the 2nd congressional district that Poweshiek County is in, Liz Mathis has run a very fine campaign, but so has Congressman Ashley Hinson.
Mike, about a half a minute left or so here. I just forgot what I was going to ask you because you just got me with something that I wasn't planning on. That's live TV.
Let's go back to Powerball. But the way you started.
Maybe that's what
evening,
I'm thinking of.
Because I'm thinking Democrats tomorrow might want to buy an extra ticket. Just a thought.
Why not just wrap it up there? Hey, Mike, thank you long distance. Jerry, thanks in person. We appreciate it.
See you tomorrow night.
See you on election night. Back to you.